Arthur Skelton, a barrister, and his clerk and faithful sidekick Edgar have an assignation in a Limehouse pub called the Albion to meet a prospective Labour MP called Norman Bearcroft. Now read on. The Albion stank. Mostly it was unwashed flesh, but there was stale beer in there too, vomit and fecal smells from a lavatory, and of course the cold stench of the Thames. The panelling, the floor, the ceiling, the people and the drinks were all the same shade of greyish brown. It was old. Dickens could have drunk here, maybe Shakespeare and Marlowe, and possibly Chaucer, but none of them would have because they were all too choosy. Oddly, none of the clientele seemed to have London accents. Skelton heard Welsh, Yorkshire, Lancashire, a lot of Birmingham and Black Country. Off the canal boats, coming to the Limehouse Basin, Edgar explained. He was whispering, the same way you would at the zoo in the presence of tigers. They'd arrived a few minutes early, and there seemed to be no sign of Norman Bearcroft, or at least none of the company looked as if he might be a prospective Labour MP. Then again, as Edgar pointed out, still whispering, there was no telling these days. Skelton knew from experience that drinking beer in a place like this led to diarrhoea, and he was fairly certain that ordering a bottle of lemonade might lead to accusations of sissiness and subsequent death. Already, as Edgar had predicted, their clean collars and gravy-less waistcoats were attracting attention. Skelton asked for straight gin, and Edgar did the same. It was dispensed from a Glarney bottle with no label. Skelton gingerly sipped, wondering as he did so whether the rumours that homemade spirits caused blindness were true. It wasn't bad. Edgar agreed. I used to know a bug hunter in Stepney had a still at his gaff. Says it's all in the botanicals. Edgar rarely returned to his roots, but when he did, he revealed a fluency in street slang and criminal argot that would have impressed Diamond Annie. Is a bug hunter somebody who hunts bugs? Skelton asked. You looking for a job with the monkeys? I've no idea what you're talking about. A bug hunter is somebody who cheats or steals from drunks, which is a description that probably applies to every other person in this pub. They sat at a table next to a family, man, wife, several children. The father took from his coat a cold leg of lamb wrapped in moss, produced a clasp knife and cut off strips, one for him, one for his wife, one for the children, several of whom scampered on the floor in the spit and sawdust. Edgar, who'd just had his shoes soled and heeled, kept his feet on the rungs of his chair.